Hello, and welcome back to Heaven Will Be Mine.
Hi, we're here. Welcome to heaven.
That's right, we
It's
returned from
us.
we returned from space just to bring you this broadcast.
It's us, the schoolgirl and the robot, here to play more mech anime.
That's right. Last time we were I don't know, about halfway through the story.
Last
This
time
time,
Pluto and Saturn, fucked.
kissed. No, they did.
Their robots fucked. They
That's probably
kissed.
true. That's right. It's time to read again. Oh goodness, this one's long. Well, things don't be
So
don't seem to be
Mars
going
has
well for anyone.
Mars has gone through the motions of trying to quit many times.
Right.
All right.
There's a lot of talk in this about breaking the natural order. So here we come to the divide that caused Dr. Nix to start this space colony group action.
So she believes that humanity should encompass all that is and all that is not. Hence the robot that incorporates all consciousness
Right,
into
and is
itself.
right and appears to be larger than the universe. Jesus, I forgot almost who we were
forgot
playing.
about this.
Yeah, you forgot that we're playing a fucking holier than thou sort of character.
It's Virgo season.
Jesus. God, we are the most condescending human.
I mean, as a woman who dates men, I get being impressed by someone actually changing their behavior.
Right. Well, it's time for our mission then.
I feel like Pluto, like, not all of that was condescending. A lot of it was, like, trying to be genuine, but she's so condescending just in her whole nature that, like,
Right.
Mars is not gonna hear it.
Right, it all sounds fake.
Yeah. Alright, here we go.
Another meeting with Lunaterra. Hmm. So this is the one that's
The
like...
sort of fight you don't need a robot for is definitely more appealing to me, like, right off the bat.
Yeah, this seems like... I mean, everything about this is messy. This just seems messier in a way that, like... I don't know, feels more destructive and is not the sort of thing I do or
I
want.
want them to talk about their feelings, you know, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever I see art like this, like really like simple, sketchy art like this that is still really good and like accomplishes what it's trying to do, I'm always like super jealous because if I tried to get like this idea across, I would need like 10,000 more lines.
Yeah, there's an abstraction to it that's like very effective.
And if I try to draw like this, it's just like nice clouds, idiot. What are you trying to do with those dumb baby clouds for children? Take your crayons back to kindergarten. Man, Lunatera being kind of an asshole here. Like, Pluto is the kind of asshole we, like, know and love and can predict, but Lunatera is being a coward here.
Lunatera seems like a very follows order sort of person. It's a very real situation of two people who, like, one of them has wholly given up in comparison to one who still wants to hold on to.
Yeah, and like, Lunatera is like, I'm giving up, and I don't, like, no one else can have this either.
Right.
Like, I need it to be destroyed.
Like, she knows she doesn't believe it, but she has to do this.
Damn, Snake.
Interesting that this time we get something from everyone's perspective.
Yeah, more opinions on the existential threat and the whole concept of othering and what is alien and what is human and how people make boundaries and divides between themselves no matter what the context is, and that's sort of a fundamental part of humanity.
I don't think I really thought about it until now, just how, like, it's more just like Lunaterra is like scared of change, and that's the thing stopping her in place of everything else, while the other two are so like desperate in a way for things to be different.
Yeah.
But again, in very different ways. Like,
yeah.
And so we succeeded.
Ooh, look at all that.
Yeah. And we've opened up the gravity well on the moon, meaning that people can live there now. Let's see what the Memorial Foundation has to say about this. Oh, I think this is another thing for the doctor.
Mm-hmm. It's a fascinating idea that the reason that they have powers is because they were allowed to decide who they were for themselves, free of the culture of Earth.
Mm-hmm. They were no longer just like unwanted, right? They were just people.
Well, they didn't tell them what the rules are, so they just like they were
decided.
Just like naturally whatever happened. Yeah, it's an interesting idea. There was a study a long time ago of like what would happen if you let babies grow up with nothing, like if there was no mother or anything like that, if there was no parent around, there was no care, they just like you just fed the babies and like let them do it, and the idea behind the experiment was to find like what was fundamentally human in absence of all stimulus. But babies actually die if you do that.
Okay.
And
so like
all the babies died.
Like in that they don't eat, or that they die of other causes, even though they're being nourished.
They just stopped living.
Oh wow, that's
It's really fucked up. It was one of those like mid-century fucked up experiments.
Right. One of those things that now would be like inhumane.
Yeah. But nobody thought that was what was gonna happen.
Like, right. Of course.
I don't. So, yeah.
It's different than like quack science, right? Like.
Yeah. So if you were going to try to raise children independent of culture, like they took them out in space, but there's still a person raising them. Like there's still like people they talk to because you can't raise a person with like no other people.
Right. It's a case of you inevitably bring your own ideas into it. You ever think about how crazy it is to go back and look at science, like, before we were born and how fucking Wild West it was? Like...
I mean, science now is pretty fucking Wild West. I mean, it's
but like...
it's so ruled by, like, whatever is popular at the time. Like...
But, like, you could never imagine an experiment like that happening today, like in any capacity, I feel. So it's just like the way things have developed in like some more humane ways and some decidedly not, but
I don't know. I'm sure there are a lot of horrible things happening right now on this planet that you'll just never hear about them.
Right. All right, where are we going? We can either corrupt the gravity well in order to escape Earth entirely. Wait, are we sending the moon out of orbit?
Oh yeah, because they have to take it away. That was in the message earlier.
Oh. All right, so we're killing Earth in this case.
Well, losing the moon wouldn't destroy Earth. It would just fuck it up.
It would fuck it up a lot, I guess.
A lot. And, like, if this is the future, maybe climate change is already, pretty done fucked it up anyway. So.
Right. In this alt 80s, who knows?
I think we should do the other one first.
Okay. Go Lunaterra again?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's launch for it. Oh, so this is like a secret rendezvous. Also, Beans Flash in the chat notes that Mars is the only one who acts like they're in a war with sides.
Yeah, for real.
Everyone else is like talking to each other, trying to work out their relationship dramas, and like seems like they almost forget a lot of the times that they're like fighting.
Yeah. Beam Splash says, "It's Luna tearing up my heart when I'm with you."
Great.
Me.
I know that's not how you're supposed to read that. Or maybe it is, but like, wow.
Yeah, it is, absolutely.
What a fucking...
Why is everyone so obsessed with me? I say, like, in a reality show interview on, like, fucking Bridezillas or some shit.
That's me on The Bachelor.
Oh my god.
Oh, so Pluto's also fucked up by the inability to decide things.
Big overachiever vibes. No, it's the inability to say no.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's very overachiever.
A pervasive problem in academia that fucks up a lot of people is the inability to say no.
Right. It is an entire world of just, you say jump, I say how high.
Yep.
Okay. Wow.
These seem like kind of the same.
I think they're the same, but it's the way by which we get to them that's going to be different.
Yeah, I mean, Fight Until We Love Each Other is definitely more appealing to me for this one as well.
So and it seems more
been that hard to
appropriate.
Choose Graces so far. Yeah.
We very much, I don't know, it feels like we really, play to our roles in this case. Oh.
Finally, we learn exactly what their relationship was like in the past.
Uh-huh. I think the stuff they're using here to describe their relationship is more evocative than some of the stuff from the beginning, but maybe that's just because I'm like getting used to the style.
Big programmer energy.
That's what they teach you in programming, right? Find the shortcuts.
Oh, right, because Lunaterra's ship is completely manual. It's not like a mind link situation.
Or whatever Saturn's situation is, yeah. Because as we know, the Memorial Foundation has like given up on all ideas of extension. All right. Well, that worked out.
Wow. A hug. That feel when you hug your girlfriend.
All right. Pilot programming training. I love the editorializing in this one. And And they're talking about kind of stuff that we had touched on earlier, the idea that a human can survive without the presence of others, and how that just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's interesting that they say that the robot simulates culture. What does that mean?
Yeah, because we also know that, at least with Lunaterra and Pluto, they're so isolated. Pluto, not by any choice of her own, and Lunaterra entirely by her own choice. All right. You're right, I am just too good at this whole thing.
Me. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Same. Me in academia.
Ain't that the truth?
Lol.
Tell a lot by how a person laughs online. Alright, well. Guess it's time to go fuck up the moon.
Time to go fuck up the moon!
Huh. I feel like the second choice is really the only one in this case.
Yeah, I'm not super motivated either way.
But, like, I feel like it's less likely that Saturn could pull the same sort of move on Pluto. Just from the way I'm reading the story, it seems like the right choice is, to somehow one-up her into doing what we want. Oh, but Bashful in the chat. Not sure what's going on, but the writing is pretty immersive. Yeah, especially if you missed the first stream, you might be a bit lost.
Yeah. Well, let's take a moment, because, I mean, like, Ashley Rose in the chat says this is a metaphor for queer identity, and, like, I feel like we haven't really, like, touched on that this stream yet as much as we did last stream, and, like,
right.
It's just so interesting because I feel like it really captures a conflict that, like, I personally don't have a huge answer for, which is really cool, like, in terms of how I feel about myself, where you have, you've been othered by society, right? Like, there is no escape that you can go to as a queer person, as somebody who doesn't fit in society's idea of how you should be, whether it's because of your gender or sexual identity, because of your any other aspect of your identity. I mean, I definitely can also relate to it from a disability standpoint. And you sort of have these three camps of, like, try to assimilate, try to make your own queer space separate from everyone else, or, like, fuck everything, right?
Right, the real disaster route for Saturn.
Yeah, and, like, all of these perspectives are valid, and I think that everybody oscillates between all three of them at different times. So I don't know where I would be personally. I feel like in my life, what I have done through the online communities that I'm a part of has definitely been more in the line of Cradle's Graces that we're playing as, of, like, trying to, like, just surround myself with people who are like in this community, and, like, we're just, like, the queer part of tabletop games, and, like, we just, like, all hang out together, and, like, we don't have to remember that there are all these, like, straight dudes out there ruining tabletop games, because we're just, like, here in our little bubble.
It also speaks to things like, you know, the true self via, you know, the self that you present towards others, with the whole ship self thing, the fact that it's an extension of your identity, and how basically all of these people are judged is by their robot and what they do with it, rather than, like, the pilot.
Yeah, I definitely get the feel from Saturn that she would be a relatable character to trans folks out there, in that, like, the specific way that, like, I can relate as a queer woman, but not, like, but I'm cis, and so I feel, like, the distance between me and Saturn, and like, but I can feel that in Saturn, like, oh, okay, this is, and also just, like, the whole idea of, like, well, fuck all of it, like, these people don't even understand.
Right, if you're gonna other me, then hell, yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna be my own thing, and it's gonna be something new and better and more truly what people are, like, what I am and what humans are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I feel like this is the right dynamic for this discussion. Yeah.
Me in the bedroom.
Just in case you were curious, I am trying to
actually IRL.
Yeah, you just tell them at each part, like,
this is too real. I feel like people could take me seriously.
me at dinner. This is the seduction phase, in case you weren't sure.
Wow, like, I could have said that. You could have just quoted me, and I just don't remember myself saying that. People love me, okay? I've had sex before.
Why does everyone love me?
Yeah, why is everyone so obsessed with me? TV's Vacuum 2018.
God damn.
Oh no, I know about those from Steins Gate.
You too can learn more on Visual Novel Book Club.
we posted episode 1 today? Yesterday? Who knows?
Yesterday,
what year am I? Episode 1 is live, sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Not really.
Yeah, it's hard to say what year it is, but as long as I have my Dr. Pepper, I don't care.
I drink a Dr. Pepper in every episode of Visual Novel Book Club this season, and you can fucking tell.
Wait, like a regular one?
No, a diet one, because I'm diabetic.
Right, I know, I just wanted to make sure. I thought, like...
I'm like popping off.
Right.
I'm like bouncing around, because I drank a whole Dr. Pepper in like an hour.
Yeah, no one can stop you now.
Damn!
Shit. Alright, so this is the final day, and I think this has decided our ending.
God, this music is so good. It might be a little loud, though. I don't know. It's like a little loud for me. I don't know if it's a little loud for them.
Yeah, so they'll have to let me know, because they've said it's okay so far. So I'm assuming it's still okay. But we'll find out. Okay, it's kind of loud. So let me just, Well... Alright, I've got 1-on-1, so I'm gonna wait for a third vote. Alright. Turn it down just a tad. Let's say 3. Dibs. Wait. Talk?
Hello, it's me.
Oops, I turned down yours.
Wow.
Well, that's what happens.
I don't need to be quieter. I will not be silenced.
They're named desktop audio 1 and 2, so I forgot which was which. Okay.
Which one is me?
2. All right.
2.
Now, let me know. I will continue to
better
update.
For me.
We have not gone through We Know the Devil on stream. I think. Have you gone through it on your own?
No, I own it, but I haven't played it yet.
Oh man, we could do that.
Yeah, we should.
We'll think about it. Maybe not right after this. That might be a bit heavy. Oh, we'll see. We'll see how we're feeling.
Yeah. We have that game we got sent a demo of.
Yeah, we do have some stuff to do there. This part, the end here, it's just all abstract, feels very We Know the Devil. It's just like... We'll see how it turns out. I know it's probably similar for all the other endings, but like, interesting that we have sort of like the ultimate empath who convinces the other two to finally like converge into the singular sort of consciousness.
Yeah. Ha, the gay agenda. Hmm. Aww.
And there's our ending.
What a good story. I'm like gonna cry.
And so, in some ways, the ending's bittersweet because nothing truly came out of it.
But it's real, like that's
no.
Real
I'm not.
life.
I'm not saying that's not good. I'm just saying, for the way that they've presented this narrative, ultimately, the winning move is not to play.
This is definitely like I feel like we picked the right route in terms of like. Certainly, I feel like this reflects how I feel, like how I was just describing about how like I interact with being outside of societal norms in the ways that I am.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think ultimately it tells a very real story of like if others aren't ready to accept you, fuck it, right? Like you're you, and you're not going to be able to. No one can change vengeance,
that, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like ultimately that's where I land is like I'm not gonna try to be what I'm not, and I'm not like I'm not to not forgive, but also to not seek vengeance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it tells about how when people try to take them back, ultimately some of them are going to accept it and stay. You know, it's a very human sort of thing. Like once presented with other ideas that aren't just like abstract concepts, you know, these existential threats, it suddenly makes a lot more sense to people, right? Like the scariest thing is just by this othering, this inability to comprehend. So yeah, it's.
Yeah,
And I think
oh god, I really like Pluto because I really feel that feeling. Like I feel so much of like this character so much, like this feeling of like no matter how angry I am, I can never bring myself to like exact vengeance. Like I can never bring up in myself the desire for vengeance or like the ability to act on it and take revenge. And I just wow, what a fucking good story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about it before. It's flowery in a way that is like not off-putting, but it's like the sort of prose I don't really seek out. But I think in this second half, maybe because I'm more acclimated to it or something, it felt...
I definitely got it more this second session.
Yeah, I was really starting to kind of feel it in a lot of ways, right? Like maybe it's just the case of the second half of the story being a lot more. It's done setting it up, so now it's just paying off on everything.
Yeah, that god, what a fucking good game! I got shivers reading that ending too. Like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I love good media. I love good writing.
Unfortunately, I don't think we have we don't have a way to go back to the CGs. That's a little unfortunate. Yeah, that was
really cool. I don't know if I want to play the other routes on stream. I kind of want to tell people, like, go play it yourself. Go buy it.
But I'm also, like, fascinated by the other characters, too. Like...
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, I bought the game. Like, I want to play through
right,
the other characters.
You've already bought into it.
Yeah, but, like, man, I don't know. Like, I resonated so much with Pluto, and, like, I understand Lunaterra's position and Saturn's position, but, like, I don't think that I'm gonna, like, I'm the Pluto in this particular, like, real world conflict of, like, how do you handle being queer in the world?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is very cool.
Yeah, that was really... The whole end was very cool in the way that it sort of brought together. Because, again, I said it before, like, I assume that the final conflicts are similar in that each of these pilots sort of convinces the others to their side. But I feel like Pluto's, just from the way that she's written, and maybe just because we've seen more of her, is, like, it's totally this case of, like, you know, she has become, like, the most powerful empath to bring all these characters together.
Yeah.
Like,
I think if I was gonna play it a second, like, the next route that I play, I would want to play through Saturn because I want to see everything blow up, and then I'm really curious about Lunaterra because I don't know how it could end with, like, her actually stopping everything and, like, destroying all humans in space. Like, I feel like there's no way that's how Lunaterra's story actually ends. That just seems too sad.
Right. Like I feel like hers is the most possibility of, like, actually uniting everyone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because we see with Pluto, it's sort of the, you know, furthest extent of sort of this, you know, this acceptance of self and this kind of denial of others. And man, I don't even know what's going to happen with Saturn, but I can't imagine it's everyone learns to get along.
No.
Like, I almost feel like Saturn is everyone dies.
Yeah, fuck everything.
Yeah.
Let's go out into space. Like, fuck Earth and just, like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, one of those cases where it's kind of like just, you know, salt the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And allow for the evolution of the people who have the ability to evolve or, you know, have the gumption to further themselves.
Yeah, so I really want to see it. I don't know what kind of jokes I'm allowed to make either. Like, I kind of want to be like, yeah, Saturn and her pilot and her self ship, the Down with Sis bus. She's here to destroy gender.
Right.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Lunaterra is the one I really don't know what I'm gonna get. But yeah, I really want to play all of it. For tonight, I really just want to sit on Pluto's story and ruminate in it and think about it and, like, have the feelings, because it was really good.
Good at ghosting is the biggest fucking mood.
I know.
Like, I definitely felt myself in a lot of Pluto just for the overachiever sort of aspect, you know, the gifted child sort of aspect. But, like, there's definitely places in each of these characters that are deeply relatable in ways that are both possibly endearing and also very sad.
Yeah, and insufferable as well.
Right. Like Pluto.
The safety of only relating to others through condescension is a phenomenon I'm very familiar with.
Oh, yeah. We are sad. I mean, emotionally.
But I love media like this because it's like, that's me. It's like, it just reminds you that other people feel that way, that other people go through this. Like, it's not like a solitary experience. Like, it's not a unique experience, especially for someone who is an overachiever, someone who relates to Pluto, where the whole problem is that you often feel like you are having one single solitary experience and nobody else can relate to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's very cool. It's such a like a validating and affirming thing, but also like a comforting thing of like lots of people feel this way. Don't ever forget that, because somebody wrote this story that exactly captured that feeling.
Right. It definitely feels like it comes from a place of someone who very much was the gifted student kind of thing. And it's just, wow, it's something I try not to think about a lot, but it's comforting to see it in like this and see that sort of like, yeah, it's okay for you to be like a massive fuck up. It's a lesson we can all learn something from.
But not the kind of fuck up that people think of when they think of a fuck up.
Right. Sorry, it's okay to be fucked up, I guess is more the right situation here. Huh. Yeah, that was a really satisfying conclusion.
Really cool game.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if I want. I don't know. Maybe next week we'll do that like demo or something else, and then
have time to think about it.
We'll see how I feel. I think how I feel.
Okay.
How we feel next week, and further weeks, because I feel like I really want to just enjoy this story. I don't know if I'll want to move on to the next one, or if I want to like hold on to this one for longer before I read it again.
Yeah, give us a week to ruminate on it, and we'll let you know what's going on with the future of Date Night.
If you are out there and you're like, I really relate to Saturn, I really relate to Lunaterra, then buy the game and play it. Buy the game. Buy the game.
Support indie devs.
Very cool and good game. Gave me a lot of good feelings. I think also I kind of feel like I want to play the other routes by myself too, just so I can like read it slower, because doing it on stream is a little much. Like,
it's a lot
to comprehend and process and interpret it for the audience, so they don't have to necessarily read and comprehend everything.
Right. It's the case of trying to focus on the game and everything else. Totally. For something as dense as this. Yeah, we'll think about it and we'll get back to you.
But yeah, we gotta. Did you actually get a demo for a game, or did you actually get the code and stuff?
I got a press release for a game, and the demo's available.
You got a press release and right. The demo's available. Okay.
Anyway. So maybe we'll do a demo night. I have a few that we could go through, and it'll just give us time to sort of ruminate on this.
We have a lot of good games that have demos that we
what we think are going to be good games. We hope so.
Yeah, that's right. We don't know if they're actually good, but they all look like they're going to be good.
Yeah.
So that would be fun. I enjoyed the previous demo night. That was good.
Yeah. So join us next time for that while we think about Heaven Will Be Mine. And until next time, you are the stars.
Pew pew.